Hey guys, it's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. We're talking NBA, headed to Boston, where the Celtics are taking on the Heat. On the advanced line, the Heat are road favorites here, -1.5. Total is 218.5. The big news, of course, for the Celtics, Jaylen Brown out for the season with a torn ligament in his wrist. So a big blow for the Celtics there for the rest of the year. We've got Kurt Alexander here to break this one down and hopefully be a little bit more cheerful, when talking about this one. Kurt, your take on this Heat and Celtics matchup.
Yeah, well, you just gave me the news before we got on here, and yeah, I'm really bummed out about that. I missed the alert when they were talking about Jaylen Brown, and that's going to be a huge loss for this Boston Celtics team, especially when they were, I guess, expecting him to at least come back for the playoffs. But now he's out for the season, and guys like Evan Fournier are going to have, and Marcus Smart are just going to have to step up. And Mr. Kemba Walker as well. This Boston Celtic team, they went on a nice little run. We saw that they were playing better defense. Of course, they had Jaylen Brown in the lineup. Now you really have to see what this team's kind of made of. And we saw a little glimpse of that the other night when they played this Heat team, and they really had an opportunity to just lay down. I believe they were down 20 points or more majority of the game. And that fourth quarter came, and they just went on a run, closing the gap and eventually losing the game by 6 points. But when I think about the Miami Heat, I think about this quote that I read that said, they're as deep a team as you'll see in the East. They have very good players, and they're exceptionally well coached. And that was actually a quote by Brad Stevens, the Celtics head coach. So he's definitely knowing that this team is definitely a threat, this Heat team. They're getting healthy. You got Dragic back in the lineup, running things at point. You got Tyler Hero coming off the bench, doing what he does. And, of course, it all starts and ends with Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. And, of course, Eric Spoelstra. So this Heat team, as tough as they are and as tough as they're going to be in the playoffs, for this matchup specifically, I'm actually going to take the dog here. I'm going to take the home dog with the Celtics just because I liked what I saw coming back in that fourth quarter. If they could avoid going down by 20, 25 points like they did in the first half, maybe tighten some things up. I remember a game that the Celtics had earlier this season, similar type game with the Milwaukee Bucks, another threat in the East. And they played them the first game. They were getting blown out the first game. They ended up coming back in the fourth quarter and losing the game by 2, I believe, after being down double digits for majority of the game as well. I'm expecting that same kind of effort here. They've gotten the news. Now you don't have to really worry about the Jaylen Brown issue. Now, like I said, guys are going to have to step up, and I think we will see that kind of effort from Boston coming back. So I'll take the home dog with the 1.5, especially since the line is 1.5, and you just found out that one of your top players is going to be done for the season. The line was a pick 'em before yesterday's game, so yeah, I definitely like that 1.5. I think the Celtics will come back and split the series with them.
Right, and then we've got to look at this total because we have noticed some trends on this one. The Heat, 9 straight overs. And then you've got the Celtics, who have hit the over in 7 of their last 8. Last time these two met, it was 130 to 124. So what are we looking at on a total here? Because obviously you're playing the number here at 218.5. So take those trends with a grain of salt, because some of these, you don't think of the Heat as an over team, but some of these totals were super low when they went over. 206, 209, 213, 203. So what's your take on a total in this one?
I love taking unders, especially since it's like the home dog and the under. But I'm actually going to take this game over as well. Just from what I've been seeing from this Heat team offensively, they do like to say that everything starts with their defense, and then it starts with passing the ball, and then it moves on to everything else. But their defense gets the ball, and they're out running and they're scoring points. But what I saw from the Boston Celtics was they are not going to back down. Evan Fournier with 30 points, like I said, and they outscored the Heat 40-25 in that fourth quarter. So Boston could also turn defense into offense, similar to how the Heat play. So yeah, I'm going to take this one over the 218. They got to 254 the first game. They might not get that high, but I think they'll still get over the 2 teens. Like you said, you're betting the number here. So yeah, maybe not getting over 225, but definitely I think they'll get over that 218.
All right, that's going to do it for our basketball talk, and I will anxiously be awaiting the playoffs when we're playing some truly meaningful basketball games. But that's going to do it for now. Great stuff from Kurt Alexander as always. Kurt, thanks for joining us. If you like what we're doing, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications. If you hit the bell, you can be notified every time we go live or post a video.